I cannot wait until the medical system is replaced by AI. And, that is what I'm going to title this video. I'm just going to be authentic and real with you out of the gate. That is a little bit clickbaity to kind of get you to click on this video, but it goes beyond that, though. And when I say replace, I don't mean replace in the traditional sense, like fully replace, like AI runs the entire thing, because I think in the wake of this AI like uprise and everything, no matter what, you have to say about AI, whatever, whatever your opinion is, I think that we can all agree that number one, AI is not going away. It's only going to keep increasing its capabilities, increasing its, like coverage of, the world and its, that what's going on in it. But number two, during this whole process where it's doing that, I think it's definitely important, and I think we all agree that it's important for to keep human connection in in some of the traditional areas. So I think like medical care, right? You should keep human connection and stuff. But I just wanted to get that out of the way. But so yeah, I don't want it to be fully replaced by AI because just like I said, I think it's good to keep the like the bare like the human connection, like side of it in there. I think it's very important. But at the same time, I think there's a lot of flaws and a lot of back end stuff and even some front end stuff that could completely just revolutionize like medical care, and it can be done through AI. Because I'm gonna be honest, like I've completely had it with the medical system. I've had like my fair share of doctors, like especially in the last couple of years or so, because I've had like a very chronic medical issue, which I'll go into a little bit deeper, a little later, I suppose. But and I'm not hating on all doctors. Like I actually have like someone very close to me who is a doctor. I won't say what type of doctor or anything because I don't want to dox him or anything like that. But he is a doctor. He genuinely cares about like what he's doing. He um, he looks at every individual case that he's kind of dealing with, or for the most part does, and nails down the root cause of what's actually going on and fixes it. Because that's my biggest qualm with the medical system. And as I'll go into further, it's not necessarily like all the doctors' faults, right? But our medical system is very flawed because in most case scenarios, you go to see the doctor. Let's be honest, the doctor doesn't care about you at all because he has like 20 other patients, especially if you're going to a hospital, type doctor or whatever. Like, not like if you're going to a doctor in a hospital, like forget about him giving a crap about you because he's probably got 20 or 30 other patients that he's, giving care to that day or whatever. It's sometimes a little bit better if you go to more of a private practice, but it just depends. I've still had issues with doctors in private practices. Um, but yeah, you go in there and you tell them your issues, and they kind of just like, yep, they're not really listening. And then they kind of just generalize a hypothesis, which is fair because a lot of people have the same issue. But for me, my issue is more specific, which I'll go into deeper. I already said that, um, but yeah, you go into the doctor, they're like, yeah, sure, yep, I gotcha. And they kind of ask you some very vague, non-descriptive questions. You give them that to them, and then they just kind of like take that in stride and barely really talk to you, kind of analyze it, kind of send you to do certain testing if needed, that type of stuff. And the part that gets me the most is that you do the testing, if your issue is that serious, and one of two things happens. They either prescribe you medication to mask the symptoms, which is not actually curing the root cause, which is going to cause a myriad of problems on its own. But it's also just not good for you to like have the medication. Like I'm also have a lot of issues with the pharmaceutical industry and that type of stuff, but that's a separate topic for a different video. But yeah, they'll prescribe you medication because they're not really listening to you, and they're kind of just lumping you into like the same category they put all the other types of people who have your generalized um, disease in there. You know, because like I think generalization can be good, but in the medical sense, it's not. You need to actually focus on what the individual person is feeling, saying, doing, you know, that type of thing, right? Details matter, right? In that sense. But yeah, they do that, or they send you for testing, and they kind of give you a generalized like, overview of it, and they might send you to a specialist, but maybe not because they don't really care and they just want you to be out of their hair so they can accept new patients to make money off of, you know. Because that's the root of it for me, is that like, because I don't know about you, but um when I go to see most doctors, like I don't, I wouldn't call this as like a superpower or anything like that. There's probably a lot of other people who feel this way as well, but I can genuinely feel the energy of them. Like I can feel the energy like of people in general. And so like most of these doctors, whenever they come into the room, I can tell when they're about to BS me. You know what I mean? Like they sit down, they like I can just tell by their demeanor, their energy that they're just about to BS me and they don't want to be there and they're just trying to make money, right? They don't care, right? Which if you're just trying to make money and you don't care, the medical industry is not the industry for you. But unfortunately, a lot of people who want to make money say they want to be doctors because, let's be honest, doctors are paid way too much, you know? So for the actual care that they're actually doing, right? Like maybe the work that they're doing like constitutes to that amount of like income. I can't speak on that because I don't know much about that, but I know personally in my experience and from other experiences of people close to me and stuff like that, just in general, like they're getting overpaid for the amount of people that they're actually helping, right? Um, so yeah, but yeah, they just don't care, and they also just ask like super vague questions and stuff like that. Like I already covered. I'm kind of beating a dead horse here, but yeah, and then I ask questions, right? Because I'm trying to like get like a kind of a next step, and then they're vague with that too, because they're just trying to get you out of their hair because they're just trying to make money, right? So I'm asking them like, yeah, what's the next professional I should see? What does this mean? What does that mean? And they just give you very vague answers because they don't want to be there, right? And so all that is super, literally so frustrating. Like it is the most frustrating thing ever. Like for me personally, like I had or I still have because I was never able to figure it out. Excuse me, sorry. Let me get a drink of water. I have a chronic nerve condition of some kind that makes my left leg like not fire correctly, like the muscles not fire. So whenever you're like working out or running or whatever, like for me it was running, um, and you kind of feel the muscles, tensing up and firing and stuff like that. I don't feel any of that. So it makes it impossible for me to do any type of like real exercise because or any type of higher level exercise like I want to do because number one, I can't feel anything and the muscle is not like gaining strength as fast as it used to. And then number two, the more I do it, the worse it makes the condition. Like the less I can feel, and the more that my nerves get irritated, right? And so, I'm telling you, I literally sat there for like over a year, just constantly pursuing doctors, constantly pursuing like different type of professionals, trying to get a next step, and never figured it out, like not even close to like what the reason was at all, right? And I even tried to go the medication route, right? I tried to like get like a like they have those shots that they give you or whatever, the steroid shots. I tried that. I've tried like different type of medications to like help the inflammation, whatever. Like, and it just none of it has worked at all. And so I feel like I've tried everything, and I'm just sitting here like the medical system has truly failed me. And I know that I'm not the only one because like again, I have someone very close to me who also has nerve problems, not in the same area, but they have like nerve problems that is genuinely like because for me, I'm able to get through it, right? I'm able to get through it and live my life and work and do stuff. I just can't exercise at the level that I want to. So I'm still able to like live life like relatively normally, right? But this person that I'm speaking about literally like has to make I won't even, I'm not going to go super deep into it. I want to be vague because of digital footprint and everything, but they literally have to make a radical change in their life at some point, like in the near future, because they literally can't move around at all because they have a nerve issue that the doctors can't figure out, despite them going and trying to figure it out like vigorously, like I was with my leg. And so, and I know that I can't be the only one that's gotten like effed over by the medical system. That's why I'm making this video or whatever. I'm like, because I can't be the only one. So when I say I want the medical system to be replaced by AI, I don't mean replaced from the human connection standpoint. I mean like the back end and the front end that can be automated, that can give the doctors more time so that they don't feel like they have to um, only spend like 5 minutes with you, because that's the reason. Like, I'm not going to sit here and act like they're all a-holes. I mean, some of them are, right? And some of them are a-holes because they have to be. Like, some of them are just a-holes, and some of them are a-holes because they have to be, right? Um, and like, because that's just the nature of being a doctor, you know? But I feel like it would give the doctors so much less stress, and it would give them more time with each patient to actually like listen, digest the information, and understand what's going on. If a lot of their like busy work that they have to do, because I know that's what it stems from, right? They have a lot of busy work they have to do, and then they have to see like 20, 30 patients a day, especially if you're in a hospital setting. Like, it's impossible, right? Like, so it just makes it really hard for them to spend time with their patients because they're trying to make a living, make money, and meet probably a quota or something like that. I'm not really sure. So I think AI, if AI replaced all that busy work and all that stupid stuff that they have to do that takes time away that they can be using towards their patients, maybe it would improve the medical system. Because the other thing too about the medical system, and I'm not trying to be derogatory towards these type of people, but there's people who schedule a doctor's appointment because they have a cold, or because they have some issue because they're overweight or something like that. And it's like, I'm not trying to discredit their situation, right? Because we all have problems, right? But at the same time, there's a lot of stupid stuff that people book doctor's appointments for that they don't need to be. And if there was something on the front end that was saying, hey, like listen, I'm not trying to be like that guy, like the AI saying this, but your weight is probably what's causing this. So this is probably the first thing that we should focus on fixing before going anywhere else, because like, and again, like I really just want to preface, I'm not trying to be judgmental at all. Like, we all have our own personal issues and everything, and it's okay. But from my experience, like, because I was actually planning on going into like the medical type field. I was planning, like, in college originally to be a physical therapist. So I know that like a lot of people's problems stem from like diet. It stems from like being obese. Like, a lot of people are obese, especially in the US, right? And it causes a lot of problems for them. But instead of like instead of like pushing them and encouraging them to like lose that weight, we cater them, and we do all this stuff, and we put them on medication. And no offense, but you're taking up all the doctor's appointments for people like me who have real issues. Like, no offense, I don't know, like I'm really not trying to be judgmental when I say that, but there's really no other way to say it. Like, I'm just ripping off the Band-Aid here. There's really no other way to say it, other than that, I feel like. But so that's really my qualm. So if there was a thing, like, because that's what nurse practitioners do, but there's probably not enough nurse practitioners out there that do that type of thing. So like, if there was a thing that could be like, you don't need a doctor's appointment, you just need to do this, like this simple thing, because and that's the other reason why doctors are the way that they are too, right? Because they have a bunch of stupid people, or okay, that was derogatory. I'm not stupid people. They have a bunch of people, sorry, who go into the doctor, and they have like these minute issues, or they have like issues that are very easily solvable in the way that it's like, okay, like, it's kind of like, no offense, obviously this, right? And so whenever they have patients like me, or patients like the person I was talking about, or patients with really big issues that need like vigorous attention, they're already tuned out by that point. They're already tuned out. They're like, oh, yep, yep, I get it, yep, understandable. Like you know, and it's not necessarily their fault. You know, it's not all their fault that they're like that, because it's like if you had to go in there every day and have a bunch of people be like, oh, my nose is stuffy and this and that, and it's like, yeah, I gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna prescribe you some common cold medicine. Like, you know what I mean? Like that type of stuff. Like you would be like that too. We would all be like that. You know. So it's understandable. So I think AI would really like help that. Like it would number one, it would free up more, like I think that's just like the main thing it would do. It would just free up more time via like you know, taking out all of the more minute issues, right? And making more time for appointments for more serious issues that need more attention and multiple appointments. And number two, all of the stupid minute tasks that they have to do, because you know, like there's probably dumb stuff that they feel, there's stuff that they feel like is dumb that they have to do on a daily basis, not related to people, you know, like just trying to clarify that, but that they have to do on a daily basis that is taking their time up from, you know, seeing patients, you know. So it's like, I don't know, you know, that's just my thoughts on that. I know my freaking throat's all, I don't even know. It's all dry, I guess, but I don't know. I guess my closing thoughts for this video is like, I just think that the medical system is very corrupt, but it's not corrupt because it needs to be. It's corrupt because it, like in the system that we're in, it's kind of has to be, and then doctors are forced to not really pay as much attention to you and stuff like that. And like, I don't know, you know, I don't know if any of this is relatable at all, but yeah, it just has gotten annoying with all that. And so that's why I'm just like, I can't wait till we have a huge AI system behind the medical system so that all the problems with the medical system can be negated, right? Because there's a bunch of other issues that I didn't even touch on in this video that in regards to the medical system, because of you know what I was talking about, them having no time because of, you know, those factors. But that's just one of them, you know, like people not getting the treatment that they need, right? So I don't know. Closing thoughts, you know, like if you're a person who has a cold, like it would be best if you just went to go, you know, get some NyQuil or something. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, and again, I wasn't trying to be judgmental. I kind of went off on a tangent in this video. I wasn't trying to be judgmental at all in this video. I just want to preface that, like, not at all. But I think that some of this is relatable, to be completely honest. So that's all I'm trying to say. Anyway, yeah.